Hello and welcome to Advanced Green Screen Editing. This is Phil Ebner and this is another Udemy course of mine. Thank you for enrolling and I hope you really learn a lot. As always, if you have any questions or if you're confused while watching any of my videos, please send me a message on Udemy and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And just thanks for watching. So first off, I wanted to do a little overview video about green screen, what it is, the uses, etc., just so that we're more familiar with its uses. I'm sure most of you already have a good idea of what it is, and that's why you're taking this course. But for those of you who this is your first time really diving into the subject of green screen, this is a good video to watch just so that I could give you my 2 cents of what green screen edit is all about. So what is it? So basically, green screen is a method for video makers to shoot something with the ability to take out the background and superimpose something behind whatever you're shooting in front of the green screen. So for example, if you are shooting an interview and you have a green screen behind you, it gives you the ability to add whatever background you want. If you're a weather girl or a weatherman, you can add a weather map behind you. If you're making a big movie about a ship or driving a car, I'm sure you've seen this, and it was done not so well back in the 80s and 90s, but you add video of the streets going by, but really it was just a car in a studio, and it makes it a lot easier. So why green? Green is a color. The green screen color is a very bright neon green that is not a natural color. You will get the same sort of same hue in nature in plants and stuff, but it's not a very popular color, at least when it comes to human beings. We don't have any features that are that color naturally anyways, and most people don't wear bright green shirts like that. So it's just a color that is easily selectable to be taken out. So basically the main process of what green screen editing is selecting a specific color, the green, and basically taking out or making it invisible. And that allows you to put something else where the invisible green is to make that background or whatever you want. And so why green versus blue screen, something I'm sure you may have heard of. They used to use blue screen a lot. It's basically the same idea. They just used blue back then, but they found green to be a little bit better at being able to key out. That's the term for taking out the green, keying. And we'll talk about that a lot throughout the rest of this course. And so green versus blue, now most things are in green. But the main process of it, you could use any color, and I've used different colors. I've used like bright pink when I was out in nature and I didn't want to have to bother with trying to key out the green with the green grass or the green trees. I used a bright magenta pinkish key in front of a tablet to key out the tablet screen. So you can use any color, and the process is the same, editing for each color. So some of the main green screen uses are for interviews. Obviously, you've seen a lot of documentaries or TV shows where they take out the back and they put a stylized graphic behind the person, or of course in newsrooms or Sports Center. All those shows, they use green screen behind the anchors. For business videos, it's very popular. For just online videos, product marketing, or whatever you have, you'll see the person pitching their product in front of a blank screen, which on video it will be like a white background, and sometimes people use a white room, but a lot of times they use a green screen and then take out that and replace it with a color. Of course, big movies use green screen all the time. I'll bet you that 90% of big blockbuster movies use green screen, especially all of the action-packed movies. I mean, think of the Avengers, Pirates of the Caribbean. All those movies, they use green screen galore. I was on the set of Pirates of the Caribbean 4, and they built a green screen that was, and actually I think they used a blue screen there, but it was massive, hundreds of feet high, hundreds of feet wide. It was crazy. So they're using green screen all the time. Harry Potter, you think all these fantastical movies to create that environment that is not of this earth, you got to use green screen. It's the best way. And then also in small movies, we're seeing it more often on student film sets or just low budget indie films using green screens in certain scenes. It's not good for every video, and I have tested it and I use it a lot at my work now where I'm creating online educational videos for a college. But it's not for every use. You don't want to use it for every single interview. Take it, you have to like plan it out and think about, is green screen the best use for this type of interview? Maybe you're doing an interview about somebody's history, and you want to show historical photographs behind them, and so that's a good use of green screen. But maybe you want to go a different route and you want the interviewee to be in a location in their history, so maybe their first house or whatever. So it depends on what you want, and it's definitely a lot more work for green screen, both in production and after production for editing in different ways. And we'll get into that a little bit right now with the pros and cons. The pros, it gives you control. You can have an actor be anywhere from outer space to an old Western set with a click of a few buttons. It's fun to use because you can add so many effects, and it's awesome to play around and tweak, the green screen, and put your characters in different environments. It's really fun. The cons are in production of green screen, lighting is a big issue. Now with the video editing softwares that we're using now, they're very good at being able to key out a green screen even if it has wrinkles or shadows or the green's not very even. But the best thing to do for your video editor, or if you're shooting and editing, the best thing that will help you in the long run is shooting an even green screen. So make sure that it's well lit from all sides, and basically the tone and the hue and the brightness of the green screen is even throughout the whole thing. And it does need extra equipment, so you have to have the green screen, you have to have extra lights to do that, to light it well. And so that could be a little bit more work during editing or during production. But of course, once you have that done, it's so fun, and it gives you a lot of flexibility when you're editing your movie. So that's it for this introduction. We're going to dive right in the next chapters, each one covering a different software program and going through the ins and outs of green screen editing. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, remember, message me or email me at ebener.udemy@gmail.com. Thanks for watching, and enjoy the rest of the class.